So great to hear. The basketball side, where the season's about to begin, we have the back end of the volleyball side over at Coppin State. He is the ladies coach on that side. It is their first year, and they've had some scuffles out on the court. I don't think there's any question about that. We're getting toward the end of the first season here. I want to welcome in Timothy Walsh. He prefers Tim. Many in the volleyball space know him through his work here locally with Francis Scott Key and taking over the Lady Eagles this year. And you guys got some matches coming up this weekend as well in Dover, Delaware. Tim, first off, welcome in. Appreciate the Coppin State relationship here, and I know we're airing your basketball games, ladies and men's, but want to sort of accentuate some of the other programs going on. I know you're out there working hard. First year in, what have you learned?
A lot. So it's been great so far, having the opportunity to coach here at Coppin. And the girls have really improved from day one, and every day we work hard, and, we've fallen short a lot this year. But they've never given me anything but their best. So I can appreciate that.
You know what's fascinating to me is I look through the bios, not just of you, but we had D-Wayne on earlier, who was a police officer in Baltimore County for a long time. You've got this really fascinating thing. I mean, first off, you're not a Baltimore guy. You're a New York guy, but you've made Baltimore your home for most of this century, literally, coming out of Towson and coaching here locally, but really being involved with Volleyball Factory and locally with kids playing volleyball. I mean, this isn't some side thing you do. This is like an incredible passion of yours, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So volleyball is definitely a passion, and you got to give it your all. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. So it's something that I'm really attracted to and passionate about. So I like to do as much as I can and help the community and whatever I can.
Well, man, I go back to like 84 and 88 in the Olympics and Flo Hyman when the women's volleyball program was really right next to Mary Lou Retton. And, people knew who they were. Now the beach volleyball scene has been this incredible thing. And I spent a little time out in Manhattan Beach, California, Tim. And I should tell you, man, you see those nets out there and you see the kids playing the game. And I'm sure here locally, maybe it's a little bit more underground, but I live downtown. And I can't begin to tell you how many times I go out in the summer where there's a volleyball tournament, always ladies and, always at the convention center, and they're running around in high school jerseys and stuff. I mean, there's a big market for women's volleyball, and I think for what you've grown into and taking this job at a D1 program.
Yeah, it's definitely growing. Volleyball grows every day. So now it became the most popular high school female sport, and now it is sand volleyball is becoming the number one growing sport in the NCAA. So if you look around, exactly what you said in Baltimore, in D.C., more clubs are evolving. There's more tournaments that are available for everyone. So it's really becoming attractive to the public.
Well, and I guess for you, inheriting a program there that was scuffling, and you guys have had your battles here this year, this really is the first year of a program for you and a system for you and a way of going out and recruiting kids to Coppin. Why'd you take this gig?
It was an awesome opportunity. I have a heart for Baltimore, so I went to school, my undergrad at Towson. Ran track and field there for 4 years and played club volleyball, did different things in different leagues and tournaments throughout the area and the state. And it was a perfect opportunity for me to come back home and really try to build this program and
hey, man.
Forward. So.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking a little time and visit. Tell me about your kids, man, and where the program's going here. We're getting toward the end. I know you got an outside chance of having a little bit of postseason activity here this year, but I want to give you a chance to brag on your kids over there at Coppin.
Yeah, so, they came in and they've been working hard from day one, and, we've all grown in some way, shape, or form. They're really starting to understand what a Division I program is all about and the effort it takes not only on the court but outside of the court, academic-wise and things like that. So they're really excited. They've had a good year, although their record has not been, in their favor. They've really all had a positive things to say about the season so far. So it's been awesome.
Tim Walsh is the head coach of all things ladies volleyball over at Coppin State. And, of course, we have a great partnership with Coppin State. It's our first year. We're going to be running their men's basketball games as well as the ladies basketball games. We've had Juan on around here. We just had Dwayne Burrows on earlier, and they're getting ready to head out on the road here all month long and wrapping up this volleyball season. Tim, last thing for you. It's very it's just a couple of words at the bottom of your bio about the Bachelor of Science in Deaf Studies and Master of Science degree in Deaf Education. education as a signer, an American Sign Language master and expert. Give me a little background on that, because I find that to be so special. I was on Saturday night, found myself at a Halloween party over at the Science Center, and there was a large community of signers there. They were sitting down eating, and and I've known some people from Gallaudet and some other places around the community. It's an incredible gift to be able to have that and share that, and I know it's something that's also very, very near and dear to you, right?
Yeah, so at Towson, growing up, we had in New York, we had mainstream schools, which means that you had deaf students that were in your elementary school and middle school. So they had interpreters all day. So you they gave you, basic signs and how to communicate with your fellow peers. And then when I arrived at Towson, I was education major and deaf studies. I picked it up there, and then I just kind of went with it and finished actually with deaf studies, and then went on to get my master's in deaf education. So I did my internship at Maryland School for the Deaf over in Frederick, and then ended up over in Carroll County at Francis Scott Key High School, and I was a special ed teacher there for 8 years total, but within those 4 years I also taught American Sign Language as a foreign language. So in addition to Spanish and French, our students were able to take American Sign Language as their foreign language credit.
Well, that is so cool, and I'm glad I asked you about it. I'm glad that we spent a little time getting to know you here at WNST. We appreciate everything everybody's doing over there, and Derek and the Ruffin and the whole program over at Coppin. We're looking forward to getting your basketball games on the air here and featuring some stories about you and your players and your university. Great to visit with you, Tim.
Great, thank you.
Keep up the great work. He is Timothy Walsh. He is the 12th women's head coach in volleyball history over there for the ladies at Coppin. And you can learn more about everything they do over at Coppin at CoppinStateSports.com. And, of course, you can hear the basketball games here at WNST.net and AM 1570. You can find me out in the BuyAToyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. We're going to be down in Nashville this weekend. We will be at Piranha's, probably eating those donut burgers and the hot fried chicken in downtown Nashville Friday night and Saturday. We'll be out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram. I'll be Facebook Living from Nashville a couple of times as well to keep ourselves honest in all things in purple and try to have some fun down there. I'm going to do my best to avoid country music. It's just the way I roll. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.